Hey guys, it's Liana here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I don't think I've done, no I haven't done one on my channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give you Q&A. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same thing from my last video, it's because I'm filming this on the same day. Yeah, that makes some sense. Okay, so I'm gonna be answering, it says 50 questions, but I think I'm just gonna answer 25 because this video is gonna be like 50 minutes because I talk a lot, so let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1. What is your favorite candle scent? Okay, so I'd have to say pumpkin spice. The candle behind me, I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it's like a rose type of thing, and I like it, but I feel like pumpkin spice will just always be like the real MVP. Okay. Question number 2. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? No, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question because my sister is amazing and I love her so much. But I'd have to say, like Selena Gomez. I think she's like the most gorgeous and amazing role model, so, you know. Number 3, what male celebrity do you wish was your brother? Well, the male celebrity that I would probably want to know I would not want to be my brother, but I would probably say like Leonardo DiCaprio. He used to be hotter, but he would be my brother, so it's okay. He'd be like a much older brother. I don't know, I love him so much. 4, how old do you think you'll be when you get married? Okay, well, I'm 14, but I think I definitely want to get married like after I establish myself, you know, go to college, get like a good job, because I feel like if I get married in the middle of college or something like that, it's kind of like you don't have your life set up and you don't really know what you're doing. Not to mention that like you're not as mature, so I feel like you really need to like mature before. Do you know a hoarder? No, I don't know a hoarder. I'm pretty sure that my sister is a hoarder though, because there's a hoard of clothes in her bed, but no, I don't know a hoarder. Number 6, can you do a split? Yes, I can. I literally just quit dance like last week. It's been really heartbreaking. So the thing is that I've danced for the past 11 years of my entire life. 11 freaking years. 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. Like, just, it's insane. And I have a back injury now, so it's kind of like I can't really ever dance again. So, like, I'm living through it, but it's been really hard. And so yeah, that's how I can do a split, and that's how I can lift my leg to my head. 7, how old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I am like the most difficult person when it comes to listening your parents on how to do stuff. Like, I remember, well, I've always had like trouble with math, and my dad always would try to help me, and it would end up with like screaming and crying. It's just not good. So when I was learning how to ride a bike, I was like really scared of the concrete. So I was like, oh, like I want to learn on the grass, and the grass was like mad bumpy and shit. Like, who would want to learn how to ride a bike on that? So I would like try to ride on the bike, and I would just like on the grass, and I would just like fall down. And I remember my cousin was like riding on the concrete, and I was like, oh, like, you know, that's dangerous. And my dad and I were just having a lot of trouble. So finally, I forgot who exactly taught me to ride a bike. I think it was my cousin. Finally, I just like set off, and I did it. And I'm pretty sure I was like 7, I think. Yeah, I was late in riding a bike because I never took off my training wheels. I was so scared. 8, how many oceans have you swam in? Okay, so I've obviously swam in the Atlantic Ocean. I've swam in the Pacific Ocean. Wait, I don't know, maybe. But I have swam in the Mediterranean Ocean because I went to Europe for a month this summer. If you look at my Instagram, sorry, self-promo, it's on there about my trip, and it was the most amazing trip of my entire life, and I got to swim in the Mediterranean when we were on a boat for a couple days. So yeah, it was really nice. And then we swam to this like small island. Like, it was like not even an island, it was just like a piece of land in the middle of nowhere, and we swam there, and there were like shells. 9, how many countries have you been to? Okay, so I've obviously been to the USA because I live here. I have been to Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Aruba, Russia, Italy, France, and the UK. So I've been to 8 countries, which I think is pretty good. Am I missing any? No, I don't think so. Is anyone in your family in the army? No, they are not. I don't think anyone really. What would you name your daughter if you had one? I remember when I was little, I used to want to name my daughter like Scooby-Doo or some shit. I don't know. I had like this obsession with Scooby-Doo, but I'd say that if I were to name my daughter, it would be like more of a unique name. Like I mean, no offense to anyone who's named like more of a basic name, but I would want something like really unique. I mean, my name is, I wouldn't say it's like the most unique name ever, but it's not as common as someone like, let's say like named Kate or like Zoe or something like that. Like that's more of a common name, but yeah, I would want it to be something where it's like, oh, like that girl stands out. Like that girl, she stands out. Okay. What would you name if your son if you had one? Scooby-Doo. What's the worst grade you got on a test? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I got a 25% on my first geometry test when I took geometry in high school. Well, I am in high school, but like when I took it, that class killed me. I'm so bad at math. That is like the word. Don't worry, like I didn't fail geometry, but like that was awful. Like I don't think I know many people. It's okay. My friend got like an 8% on one of our like anatomy tests when I was a dance major. So, what was your favorite TV show when you were a child? Okay, my mom told me that I was gonna go be stupid because I watched this show so much, but I watched SpongeBob religiously. I would turn on the TV every day when I got home from school, have my pirate booty, and I would watch SpongeBob. Kids these days, I don't know what they watch, but I also, when I was a little bit older, like, you know, I don't know what you mean by kid, but when I was a little kid, I would watch SpongeBob, but when I was a little older, I would watch Disney Channel, you know, Wizards of Waverly Place, that was the shit. What else was the shit? Jessie was pretty good, but that was more when I was, like, growing out of Disney Channel, so, a lot of those shows were really good. Sunny with a Chance. Does anyone remember that show with Demi Lovato? Like, I don't know why they took it off of Disney Channel. I really like that show, but I think it's because Demi Lovato had some issues, but I still love her. She's beautiful. What did you dress up on Halloween when you were 8? Yeah, I'm like totally gonna remember that. I was probably a mermaid or something. I think I was a mermaid for like 3 years. And no, why do I remember this? I think I was a vampire actually, because I remember that year. I have a picture somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and it was strange. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? Okay, Harry Potter I never really got into because it was like really popular. I think it was when I was in 5th grade. Like that was when it was like really booming up. Of course it's like been popular over a lot of years, but I did not personally get into it because I wasn't at the reading level, I think, as well as the fact that I don't know, like I liked it, but it's not like, oh my god, like wizards are my favorite thing ever. Twilight, there's a Twilight book like right in front of me, like as I'm filming this. I loved that book so much. Like, you know, I know it's like pretty basic. Like I know that the Twilight series is something that a lot of people don't like. They think it's corny, blah blah blah. But I don't know. It just like kind of touched me. I really like mysterious stories like that. I feel like it was a good plot. I didn't really like how it progressed throughout time, but I liked, I also liked the movies. Yeah, I think that the book was better though, and it was like this kind of like mysterious, like not knowing who this guy was. I don't know, I really enjoyed it, so yeah. And the Hunger Games, I really liked the first book. I loved the first book. I've read it like 6 times, but I did not like the second or third book. I'm just gonna be honest, I couldn't read it. I just felt like this plot was dragging on, and it was just not that good, but the first book was really good. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? I would definitely rather have a British accent. When I was in Europe, well, this was when I was in the UK, I was like, oh, I asked my parents, I was like, oh, am I gonna pick up a British accent while we're here? Because I'd really like one. I just think they're so like nice, and you automatically kind of sound smarter. I know that's like stereotypical, but it's true. I love all of my British subscribing YouTubers the people I'm subscribed to that are British, and yeah, I love British accents so much. Did your mother go to college? Yes, she did. Are your grandparents still married? Well, both of my grandpas are dead. Like, I mean, they died when I was much younger, so it's okay, but like, yeah, my grandmas are kind of just like, okay. Have you ever taken karate lessons? When I was like 5, yeah. Okay. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? I'm fluent in Russian. Я говорю очень много по-русски. I mean, I still have an accent, but like, yeah. I think I speak French at like a conversational level because I was in France for 3 weeks this summer, as well as the fact that I study French on a regular basis. So I've been trying to be fluent in that. So I'd really like to be fluent in French parce que les langues françaises très très beau. And then I'd really like to be fluent in, okay, this is kind of weird, but Chinese, because right now Chinese is like really good for the business world, and I think Spanish, because where I like the USA, Spanish is a really good language to know. I feel like it's just like, I don't know, like everyone speaks Spanish, you know, and I didn't take Spanish in high school because I took it in middle school for 3 years and I never learned anything, and I just really hated taking it. But I kind of wish that, I like French, so I'll probably like take Spanish maybe in college or something like that, because I feel like it's a really good language to know. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant is down the street from me. It's called AG Kitchen. It has the best burgers, and I actually went there the other day to celebrate like me being an art major now, and it's actually like amazing. Like, it's insane. Like, I love that restaurant so freaking much. Like, I would go there every single day. Their milkshakes, their fries, like they fry the fries with like cheese and stuff, but it's like a nice restaurant. Like, it's not like, oh, like McDonald's or like a Burger King. Like, yeah, that stuff is good, but it's so bad for you. Like, they have like grass-fed beef, and they have like really healthy stuff, like the guac, they make it like right in front of you. It's such a nice restaurant. I don't think it's a chain though. I think it's only where I live, so I'm sorry, but it's definitely by far my favorite restaurant ever because I love burgers, you know. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I think it would be Maximilian or something like that, like Max. I think they wanted to name me the Russian version of that, and yeah. Or maybe it was Alexander. I don't know. Who's your favorite person in the world? I don't think that I have one favorite person in the world. You know, my best friend who moved to Maine, her name is Milo. She's been there with me through everything. Like, you know, all my hardships, and she moved to Maine this year, and it's like, my heart is broken, but I love her so much. She's such a good person. Like, she's amazing, and it makes me really sad, like, talking about this, but I think that she's one of my favorite people in this world. Do you eat breakfast every morning? Yes, I actually think that's really important. Like, a lot of my friends, they don't eat breakfast. They don't. And, like, I feel like when I eat breakfast, I just feel so much more energized, so much better, because I used to dance like 4 periods a day, so that was like kind of difficult when I didn't eat, and then I would get all like squirmish during dance. But I really like for breakfast, sometimes I eat avocado toast. Yes, that's very basic. Sometimes I have like oatmeal, sometimes I have a smoothie with like protein powder, spinach, fruits and stuff. Yeah, it sounds kind of gross, but like I like all of those things, and I really like eating breakfast, you know. It just makes me, and sometimes, you know, I go to Starbucks in the morning before school and bring in my pumpkin scone and my pumpkin spice latte, so don't worry, I have my share of sugar throughout the day. What's the last compliment you got? Oh, I know what it is. What you mean I won't be able to keep my eyes off you, beautiful? That's the last compliment I got. How old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real? I remember when I was younger, like, everyone in school would, like, tell me, like, all the kids I already knew, or, like, all the kids who didn't practice Christianity would be like, Santa isn't real, like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, like, I think he's real, and stuff like that. And then, okay, so this was, like, in the era when I believed in, like, the tooth fairy and stuff like that. So this is kind of how, like, I found out that Santa Claus wasn't real as well. My parents were out of town. I don't remember why. I was, like, much younger. This was, like, when I lived in like, a different borough of where I live. So they just, like, weren't in town, and my grandma was there. My grandma, she's Russian. She doesn't speak English, so, like, I don't even know if she knows what the tooth fairy is. So I lost a tooth. And I was like, oh, like, is the tooth fairy gonna come? And she was like, yeah. She was like, what? So I woke up in the morning, I look under my pillow, and the tooth is still there. And I'm like, oh, my money never came. And she's like, oh no, the tooth fairy will come. And then I saw her putting a plastic bag of money under my pillow. My heart was broken. It was just broken. But yeah, it's really funny. That's kind of how I knew that like all of these fairy tales like kind of aren't real. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you still believe in Santa Claus, but yeah, it was something. I kind of figured it out on my own. And then I remember, I think it was like my 8th birthday, and we went out to dinner. I think we went out to dinner at like Ruby Foods or something like that. If you know that, creds to you. But yeah, we went out to Ruby Foods and we were like, and I was like, oh, I know that Santa isn't real. And my birthday is literally right around Christmas. It's like 5 days before Christmas. So it was just really sad. And yeah. And then I told my sister Santa wasn't real. And I kind of feel bad about that. But it's like, I don't know. Like, she's going to find out eventually. Just she figured it out at a younger age than me. Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel down below. And follow my Instagram. Add me on Snapchat. Blah, blah, blah. Self-promo is great. That's basically it. Let me know what you want me to do in my next video if you want. And video requests, stuff like that. That's basically it. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. And yeah, that's basically it, as I said before. Bye, guys.